All right, guys. Welcome to this live session here with your host, Dre Day FX. So as we do every weekdays, we look at the Forex indices and metal markets. Hope everyone had a great Tuesday. So it's Tuesday, December 9th. So let's get it here. So we're starting a little bit later, but we are here. So let's look at the news calendar. So this morning we had the JPY BOJ good updates. The speaker here that spoke here at 4. I have to look at the yen here because yesterday, if you didn't know, there was a earthquake of 7.6, and there's a tsunami warning right now. So we'll see exactly if it affected the market here. We had the unemployment, the ADP weekly unemployment change. So for the US, so 4.6. So last month it was at the minus 13.5. So that was positive. So that's perfect. Then at 9:15, currently we have the monetary policy report for the British pound. And also we have the September data for US. So the job opening. So it wasn't out. And also we have the job opening for this month here. So that's going to be very interesting here to see. So basically we have two news data that's going to be out here pretty much at the same time. So we'll see exactly how it's going to affect the market here overall. But for the rest of the day, we have China's PPI, CPI, and PPI year to year later on at Asian session. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Next, we're going to be looking at the TV Alert app. So this is the app that I created here to provide you with the institutional liquidity here in the market. So as you can see here, provide you with the buys and sells here in the market here. So it's connected to one of my indicators here that I have on my trading view, and it's sending you the alerts here based off of that. And at the top you have the news calendar, the news ticker for Bloomberg and Fox Business. So if you want to have some details here on news events here or anything like that, you have access to that 24/7 when the news is out. Then you have the ticker for the buy and sells here that we received for the day. So we had 4 trades here, basically 4 alerts that came in, and we're going to look at them here in a few seconds. So we had the France 40 here for buy. We had the German 40 for a buy. We had the France 40 for a buy again, and we had UK 100 for a sell. So that was the alerts here for today so far. And at the bottom, you have the economic calendar. So you're only going to be focusing on only the high impact news here. So as of today, like I said, we have the job opening here that will be out here in about 36 minutes here. And also we have the September data that will be out also. All right, so that's going to be interesting here. Next, we have we're going to go on the trading view to look at the indicators here that I'm using. So we're going to start with the first one here. That is the point of control and bottom weighted average price. So this is POC and VWAP. So you have 2 lines here. You have the point of control and the bottom weighted average price. So at the end of the day, it's going to recalculate it, but after that, on that day, you're going to see exactly if the price is going below or above those zones. So as you can see, price went break to the upside here, and then we smashed to the downside until the end of the day. So everything was below POC and VWAP, and right now we're trading between the POC and VWAP here currently. So so we'll see exactly if we're going to go up or down. So we may start to go higher, but we may start to crash a little bit more. But right now, I'm pretty sure they finish going down, and we may have liquidity here at the top. So we'll see how it goes. Next, we have FVG, fair value gaps and evaluate fair value gaps in the market. So I'll give you the fair value gaps here off of the 1 hour. So right now we have some bearish fair value gaps here currently. So we may start to, like I said, go up and start to go lower. And if we're going up, we should have bullish fair value gap that will be created. Next, we have the pivot high-low levels. So pivot high-low edge. So provide you with the pivot points here in the market. So that will identify the higher, low, lower, high, lower, low, right? So right now we have a higher low here. So we may start to reverse and go up at market open for US30. So we'll see exactly how it's going to go. And then the final thing here is the supply and demand zones. So that will provide you with a supply and demand zone in the market. So supply means that where sellers are placed, and demand is where buyers are placed. All right, so pretty straightforward. I'm just going to make sure that I have the right settings on that indicator. So this is just going to go on the 1 hour. I always put it on a 1 hour here. So you see here, so you see that we had multiple supply. We had a bigger demand zone here, but we had a bigger supply zone that pushed the price down. Even this zone was a supply zone, and also here we had a supply zone also. So that's why we're breaking to the downside. We do have a demand zone right here, but we may start to create a demand zone here based off of the current price action. So we'll see exactly how it's going to go. So that's pretty much the gist of it. So we still have 3 minutes left before market open. And we'll see exactly how it's going to go here. So let me look at what happened here this morning. Let's look at German. We did have a buy signal here at London Open. So that was at around 3. So at 3 o'clock right here, we had a buy here. So that was perfect. So you should be in profit with that signal and with the market structure specifically. So the alerts that you're receiving on the TV Alert app is really to show you exactly the direction in the market and see exactly if it makes sense to take the trade or not. All right. So for this, we have at 3. So we had a buy here signal. No, sorry, it was a sell signal here on UK100. So it set off here and then started to go up. So if you had made a quick scalp, that was good also. And on France 40, it gave us a buy, but it started to go short. So that's why you need to look at also the indicators here that I provide you. That will provide you with details here of if we're in the supply demand zone also, or if we are in any other type of confluence here in different indicators here. All right. So on our session, we're going to be looking at US30, NASDAQ, S&P 500, Russell, Gold, and German 40. So those will be the alerts here that I'm going to receive. So I always make a focus here on US30, and we're going to be focusing on the 50-minute chart. I'll go back and forth on higher time frame just to see exactly the actual momentum in the market. So So don't be confused if I'm going from one time frame to another. All right, so there you go. So I'm gonna open up this and this. Perfect. So currently we're pushing here US30. As you can see right now, we are still seems that like I said, we're doing higher lows here. So still going to push to the upside. Hold on, guys. I'm just checking automation just to make sure that it's working. All right. So we are pushing here. So the last high low that we have, lower high right here, it's this one. We have a high, we have a low, higher low, higher low. So now we may start to create a new lower high, but if not, we may start to break that last high here. So that's basically our point of interest here for the previous day's market structure. Now we are still pushing here to the upside. All right, so we're still pushing here. Let me look at. So we are pushing also again. So if we go on the 4 hour, 4 hour year. So since 9 o'clock, we're pushing to the upside. So since 9, we're bullish. And if we go on a 1 hour, we're also bullish here. So like I said, this is a point of interest here for the trade. So Russell 2000, we have a buy on Russell 2000. Makes sense. Usually Russell and US30 is following the same direction. So pushing right now. So Russell is a buy. Let me close this. All right. And let me close this. There we go. So Russell is a buy right now. So we had the signal here for a buy on Russell. And the direction is correct currently. Still looking for, in regard to Russell, like I said, we may start to create a new lower high, right? So this is the highest point that we had last time that we pushed to the upside. So we may start to create a lower high here before going down for Russell here. That's on the 1 hour. I'm just going to go back here on the 15. So as you can see, this is the highest point here. Now we just create a pivot point to the low. So we have a higher low. So we may start to create a lower high here eventually. Same thing for US30. US30, we have higher low. So we have the low here, higher low, higher low. We have a lower high here. So if we want to go bullish, we need to break out all of those levels right here. If not, we should be creating here a new lower high and start to go down. So we have a buy here on US30. US30 is a buy. So Russell and US30 are buys currently. To remember, we had, I'm just going to close this. So we're at a previous VWAP here. And if we look at those levels here, usually on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, I'm always focusing on those levels here that the VWAP and POC provided us. So this is the VWAP line right here from yesterday's price action. So put a line here, and then we have the point of control right here. So you could use that as some take profit zones here if price wants to go up. And like I said, we should be creating a new lower high. So those levels here are lower than the actual high that we had yesterday. And we're creating here higher low. So we'll see how it goes. Whoops. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. Sure to like and subscribe. So gold, we have a buy on gold. Let's look at gold. So US30, Russell, and we have gold here for a buy. So those are the signals here so far. So let's look at gold here. So always look at the first, I look at the 4 hour or 1 hour just to see exactly the direction um, in the market. So right now we had a buy here on gold. And if we look at the gold, where gold is at right now, we're at a VWAP, the previous day's VWAP line right here. We have a point of control right here. We have a pivot point that is created. Now we have we have a high, lower high, lower high. So if it wants to actually go bullish here, we need to break those previous highs here. All right. We do have a lot of leeway here to the upside because price seems to be pretty much trading in a range right now. But that buy is looking good. The reason why is because currently we're creating new lower, higher lows here. All right. So if we do create higher lows, that means that we're going to be creating new lower highs. So we're going to be starting to break those previous pivot points here that we have to the upside, because price is basically doing an actual like flag right here. So you basically see the uptrend. Like visually, you could see that right now we were in a downtrend, but now we had a low here, and now we're trying to push the price up here currently. So if you want to have more clarification here of what's happening currently, you just have to go on the 1 hour and see exactly what the pivot point that we have here. So we had the higher lows here. So higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. We had lower highs here. But right now we had multiple lower highs, and we have one higher low here on the H1. And it seems that we want to push here to the upside. But always look at your higher time frame just to get some more confirmation here of what you want to do overall. So this is the 4 hour here. So 4 hour, we do see that the market wants to push to the upside right now. We just that big push to the upside here provided us that we're trying to change the trend here. So we're going to be creating new low highs here, high lows. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so we had gold for a buy. Let me go back on the 1 hour here again, just to see exactly what we have here. So we actually, yeah, we are pushing here on gold. So gold is looking good here to the upside. So right now we're just waiting for it to break that first pivot point that we have currently right here. If we are doing that, we have the other one right here, and we have this one here. And again, I'm always looking at the putting the levels here off of the point of control and VWAP from the previous day levels, just to give us an idea here of what to accept and what level they want to break. So I have my 2 lines here. So this is the point of control. So the first line that you're seeing here is the point of control. So if we're breaking above that and we're holding on to that point of control, the next level here will be the VWAP level here from the previous day. So basically it will be breaking out of those levels also here. Those pivot points that we have here from yesterday's price action will be targeted here. All right. But if it fails to break this pivot point, this point of control, that means that we're going to be reversing here. We're going to be creating a new lower high, and we're going to be targeting those lows here. All right. So we had the Russell, US30, and gold signal that came in. So let me go back here on US30. So US30 is still pushing here. That's perfect. So 950. And let's look at Russell. Russell, we had a buy also on Russell. So Russell is also pushing here. So that was the highest point for Russell. We have the point of control and VWAP right here. Screenshot like yesterday's and today's point of control was pretty much at the same amount of pretty much the same level here, more or less. But the VWAP changed. But now, yes, we're pushing here on Russell, so that's perfect. US30 is bullish. Russell US30 is bullish here. We have NASDAQ here that is pushing currently, and S&P 500 also. So like I said here on US30, those will be the level here that I'll be focusing on here on seeing the price react to. So we have the point of control that is right here, and we have the VWAP here. That is the first line is the VWAP. The second one is the point of control. So it seems to be going towards those two levels. All right, so we're pushing here. So we're at the VWAP, we're VWAP zone. So we'll see exactly if we want to break above this. So if you have taken that setup here, based off of the signal that we received, there was the first signal that we received was the US30 one. No, it was the Russell. The US30 was the second one for the direction that was going to go up. So that came in at 937. So at 937, we have that buy here on US30. So we're at the VWAP level. Let's look at the point of control. Point of control is right here. Like I said, if we're breaking out of that pivot point right here, we should be going higher here. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. So right now we are above the pivot, that VWAP here. So we're pushing towards that point of control. So another Russell buy on Russell here. Yeah. So right now it's still struggling here to go to the upside, but once again, focus on the 4 hour. You just have to look at the longer term trend, and if we see that we're gonna get some imbalance, so we may start to go down here. They may have went to grab some liquidity here at the top. Like I said, those two levels here that you have, this is the volume weighted average price and the point of control, pretty much at the last pivot point here that we had here on the 4 hour. So, and remember, this candle will close in about three hours here. This really is a buy. So we have a US30 buy, Russell buy, gold buy. That was pretty much the alerts here for now. Let me go back here on gold and see exactly what's happening here. Whoops. Let's go back here. Gold. Still struggling here. And US30, let's go back on US30. We're retracting here a little bit on US30. So as you could see right now, we're retracting here pretty much on US30. It went to that VWAP level and started to retrace. So if you have taken that trade here at the beginning of the call here at 9:37, you should be well in profit here. You should be able to trail the trade. So now it's 10 o'clock. So we have a pivot point that is created right here. But the pivot one will be created, will be confirmed when this candle will close. So if it closes above the actual price of that pivot point, the pivot point is invalidated here. If not, if it closes below, so that will be a new pivot point. So we'll stay here for another maybe 15 minutes here. And we're going to close out the session. right. We're still pushing here. So, and remember, we still have 3 hours here before that 4 hour candle close. So there will be a lot of up and down that will be done between that time. But overall, we're looking bullish here in regards to US30. And let's look at Russell. We had a buy earlier. Yeah, it's still pushing here. So we passed the point of control and the VWAP, so we're in the clear. We still have that pivot point here. So this is the high that we had after that big push that we had to the upside. So that's the case. If we're above those point of control or VWAP, always focus on the next pivot point of control and VWAP on your chart based off of the current price action. So right now, the current price action is pretty much right here. So what I would do here is put a line at that point of control. That was right here. We don't have the latest VWAP is right here. So the nearest VWAP based off of the current price action is right here. So that will be two levels here that I'll be looking at. So right now we're pushing to the downside. We may start to go down right now. Oops. So US30 seems to be going down right now. So let me close. All right, so we're still pushing here. All right, so it's pushing to the downside right now. So that means that what I said here, that the price was going towards that VWAP or POC, maybe to have a retracement here, and that's exactly what we have here currently. So when we start to, now we created a new swing, a higher low, a lower high, sorry. So a lower high based off of that pivot point. So I was waiting for the price to pass this one to confirm a bigger bullish movement, but we didn't, and now we're retracing off of it. So now we're just want to see exactly if we're going to have a breakout here to the downside. If not, we're going to create a new lower high, a higher low, sorry, and we may start to continue to the upside. If not, we need to break this last low to confirm a bearish movement here in the market. All right, guys. So let's close out here right now. We're gonna close out the session here currently. So it was a pretty good session overall. We had some bullishness on US30, Russell, and gold. So I'm just gonna reiterate here of what we saw here. I'm just gonna go back here on Russell first. So Russell, we had a bullish momentum. I was waiting for the price to bounce off of those two levels here, the VWAP and point of control, and that's exactly what we had. US30, same thing. We went towards that VWAP here, so that was the first line that you see at the top. All right, the first line that you see at the top created a pivot point. Now we're going down. And then we had the gold. So gold, same thing. We had a buy on gold here. We went to that VWAP, that point of control, and started to break to the downside. All right, so that was a good scalp overall for those three, and yeah, everything was good here overall. So let's go out here, guys. So thanks for watching. Be on this live. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back here tomorrow here at the same time, 9:15, for another session here with your host, Dre Day FX. So I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll be back here tomorrow. All right. Peace, everyone.